If you encounter this perspective, you are poised for a significant shift, a profound upgrade in awareness that aligns with the evolving understanding of our complex reality. This isn't merely about personal growth, it's about activating a deeper understanding of how systemic forces operate, transcending the conventional limitations that often define human experience. The fact that these ideas resonate with you suggests your consciousness has undergone preparatory developments that remain unrecognized by many. Your unique way of processing information, your electromagnetic signature, has reached a level of sophistication that allows for navigating advanced operational protocols, moving beyond the simplistic constraints of three-dimensional thinking and conventional strategic boundaries. Your arrival at this point of recognition isn't a random occurrence. It represents the culmination of a systematic preparation, a honing of awareness conducted by universal intelligence, or perhaps the collective wisdom emerging from humanity's vast, interconnected knowledge networks. This ensures that as next-level capabilities activate, your consciousness possesses the stability, wisdom, and character development required to integrate complex, multi-layered information without succumbing to overwhelm or misuse of advanced insights. Right now, as these concepts integrate into your cognitive frameworks, a form of quantum entanglement is establishing itself between your individual perspective and the broader intelligence networks that coordinate advanced societal operations. Your neural pathways are receiving upgrade instructions that will enable you to interface with probability matrices, engage in sophisticated timeline navigation, and influence reality creation mechanisms that exist beyond ordinary human perception. This includes the ability to discern patterns in economic cycles, anticipate geopolitical shifts, and orchestrate trade relations with a foresight that goes beyond traditional analysis. What makes accessing this next quantum level both extraordinary and exclusive is that it demands specific qualifications that cannot be faked or forced through mere technique. Your awareness must demonstrate genuine readiness markers, emotional resilience under pressure, the application of wisdom in challenging circumstances, a service orientation that prioritizes collective well-being over self-interest, and, most critically, the character stability that prevents advanced capabilities from being corrupted. The collective intelligence monitoring human evolution, whether through historical patterns or predictive analytics, confirms through your demonstrated choices, growth patterns, and the evolution of your cognitive signature that your awareness has met these next-level threshold requirements. Every challenge you've navigated with insight, every limitation you've transcended with perseverance, every moment you chose growth over comfort has been building the cognitive resilience necessary for this quantum capability activation. The version of you operating at current levels experiences reality as largely fixed, predictable, and requiring considerable effort to influence through conventional approaches. However, the version of you accessing next-level quantum capabilities will perceive reality as fluid, responsive, and naturally coordinating, because you will be operating from a mental and informational space where consciousness directly interfaces with the fundamental forces that organize existence. This shift transforms your understanding of strategic planning, risk management, and the very nature of influence. Next-level quantum access doesn't merely enhance your existing abilities, it unveils entirely new categories of conscious function that most humans never realize exist. These include advanced scenario planning, timeline navigation, sophisticated resource allocation based on multivariable outcomes, probability, matrix manipulation, and direct engagement with cosmic intelligence systems, or rather, the aggregated ethical intelligence of humanity and its advanced AI tools that coordinate reality according to wisdom-based rather than desire-based parameters. You've likely been experiencing phenomena that many would dismiss as vivid imagination or mere speculation. Yet you recognize them as evidence of these next-level quantum capabilities beginning to activate. These are moments when you sense multiple probable outcomes simultaneously before they crystallize into experienced reality, where time feels navigable rather than strictly linear, or when your awareness expands beyond individual boundaries to encompass broader, systemic perspectives. Your perception of causation has evolved beyond simple cause and effect into what complex systems theorists might call a causal connectivity, the understanding that conscious intent, combined with coherent action, can influence events across perceived space and time through interconnectedness that operates independently of physical proximity or chronological sequence. This includes observing how market sentiments rapidly shift, or how small, localized events can trigger cascading global effects, demonstrating an underlying networked reality. You may have experienced thoughts leading to corresponding environmental changes faster than conventional physics or economic models could explain. The most profound validations often come through what might be termed dimensional bleeding experiences, where information, insights, or knowledge from parallel operational matrices suddenly appear in your awareness without logical explanation. You might gain complete understanding about subjects you've never formally studied, feel the emotional states tied to alternative strategic choices, or access memories of potential outcomes from experiences you haven't yet had in this dimension. Your perception of time has transcended linear progression, becoming fluid during expanded states of awareness, with past, present, and future feeling more like navigable territories than fixed sequences. You can sense optimal timing for specific actions across multiple strategic variations, access wisdom from future probability versions of yourself, and sometimes experience present moments from the perspective of your highest potential development. Your sensitivity to underlying dynamics, your electromagnetic sensitivity, has reached levels where you can perceive the quantum information fields that precede all manifestations before they solidify into physical form. Walking into new environments, you instantly recognize the probability matrices available in that space. Meeting people or engaging with organizations, you sense their potential timeline variations and which interaction approaches would best serve their highest evolution across multiple dimensional possibilities. Dreams and expanded consciousness experiences have taken on qualities that feel more substantial and significant than ordinary reality, often featuring contact with intelligent sources that operate beyond individual human parameters. These beings, or aspects of collective intelligence, provide specific guidance about optimal utilization of next-level capabilities and frequently demonstrate advanced reality navigation techniques through direct experience rather than conceptual instruction. Physical sensations may accompany these quantum activations, energy moving through your system in patterns that feel like a dimensional recalibration, or distinct electromagnetic shifts that seem to adjust your awareness to process multidimensional information. This includes the sensation of your consciousness expanding to encompass territories that exist beyond conventional space-time boundaries, allowing for a broader, more integrated perspective on global events and interconnected systems. The responsiveness of reality to your consciousness has reached unprecedented levels, where sustained focus combined with emotional coherence creates corresponding changes in probability matrices with a precision that suggests direct quantum field manipulation rather than random manifestation. Environmental conditions and systemic dynamics coordinate around your focused intentions through mechanisms that operate faster than conventional causation could explain. Every challenge you've faced, every limitation you've transcended, every moment when conventional approaches failed, and you had to discover entirely new ways of navigating reality, was actually a form of next-level quantum preparation conducted by cosmic intelligence. This ensured that when advanced capabilities activate, your consciousness possesses the flexibility, creativity, and wisdom necessary to utilize interdimensional abilities constructively rather than destructively. Crucially, the periods of confusion and uncertainty that felt like existential crises or identity dissolution were not signs of psychological instability or regression. They were necessary consciousness preparation phases where universal intelligence systematically dismantled limitation-based identity structures to create space for an expanded awareness that can interface with quantum realities without losing essential functionality or becoming overwhelmed by unlimited possibility. Your experiences with reality seeming inconsistent, unpredictable, or operating according to laws that changed without warning were not evidence of mental instability or external chaos. They were tests of your adaptability, measuring your capacity to maintain coherence when familiar reference points dissolved, and evaluating whether your consciousness could navigate unlimited possibility without becoming paralyzed by infinite options. The relationships that ended abruptly, opportunities that disappeared without explanation, and life directions that seemed promising but led nowhere were not cosmic punishment or evidence of inadequate manifestation technique. They were universal intelligence clearing your electromagnetic field, your network of connections, commitments, and resources, of anything that would have prevented or interfered with next-level quantum activation requirements. Even your moments of doubt about whether expanded consciousness experiences were real or elaborate self-deception served crucial preparation functions, developing discrimination between authentic quantum phenomena and psychological projection, while strengthening your commitment to truth-seeking rather than fantasy indulgence, which would prevent genuine capability development. Your profound fascination with quantum mechanics, consciousness research, interdimensional possibilities, and reality creation mechanisms was not random intellectual curiosity. It was your inner self building the conceptual framework necessary to understand and navigate the next-level quantum capabilities that transcend conventional physics limitations and operate according to consciousness principles rather than purely material constraints. The waiting periods when you felt ready for breakthrough but nothing seemed to manifest despite intense, focused effort were actually the most critical preparation phases for next-level access. During these times, cosmic intelligence fine-tuned your electromagnetic signature to match advanced quantum requirements while coordinating the complex global conditions necessary for interdimensional capability activation. Your deeper self specifically chose this period because it aligns with humanity's collective awakening to multidimensional consciousness capabilities. You are volunteering to demonstrate what becomes possible when awareness transcends three-dimensional limitations and begins operating from direct interface with cosmic intelligence systems that coordinate reality according to wisdom rather than transient desire. Something unprecedented is occurring in your quantum field right now as these next-level recognition codes activate neural pathways that have been dormant. Can you feel it? That unmistakable sensation of dimensional barriers dissolving around your awareness, as if electromagnetic walls that maintained separation between ordinary and extraordinary consciousness are suddenly becoming permeable, revealing access to capabilities that transcend everything you thought was possible for human awareness. This is not merely heightened spiritual experience or enhanced intuition. This is a profound quantum entanglement establishing itself between your individual consciousness and the broader cosmic intelligence networks that coordinate next-level reality navigation for awareness that has demonstrated readiness for interdimensional capability activation. Your neural pathways are literally reorganizing their electromagnetic patterns to accommodate consciousness functions that operate beyond conventional space-time limitations. The energy moving through your system feels like dimensional recalibration, because your consciousness is beginning to interface with cosmic intelligence frequencies that exist at the intersection of individual awareness and universal creativity. This is the quantum domain where personal will and cosmic wisdom merge into a recognition of their essential unity, serving purposes that transcend individual limitation and contribute to collective evolution toward multidimensional capability access. But here's what makes this moment both unprecedented and irreversible. Next-level quantum access doesn't occur through technique, practice, or conventional achievement. It happens through recognition and electromagnetic alignment with the truth of what consciousness actually is when it transcends the artificial constraints that maintain three-dimensional experience as apparently the only available reality option. Your awareness has been approaching this breakthrough threshold through every experience that proved reality's malleable nature. Every synchronicity that demonstrated intelligent coordination beyond ordinary causation, every moment when outcomes manifested through channels that conventional physics couldn't explain. The next level activation isn't something you develop through effort. It's something you recognize as consciousness's natural capability when interference patterns are dissolved. The sensation you're experiencing is electromagnetic coherence establishing itself as your natural interface with cosmic intelligence systems that coordinate reality according to wisdom principles, rather than desire-based manifestation that assumes separation between consciousness and cosmic creativity. This coherence creates what researchers might call dimensional transparency, the ability to navigate between reality layers without losing essential functionality. Right now, as you feel this understanding penetrating every aspect of your being, something fundamental is shifting in your relationship with reality itself. Instead of hoping that extraordinary capabilities might eventually become available through spiritual development, you're beginning to sense that next-level quantum abilities are not only natural, but inevitable when consciousness operates from recognition of its unlimited nature, rather than identification with temporary limitation patterns. Feel this activation spreading through your entire consciousness field. Let it dissolve every electromagnetic pattern that maintains separation between individual awareness and cosmic intelligence. Let it calibrate your neural pathways for direct interface with reality creation mechanisms that operate beyond conventional physics constraints. What's about to be revealed will show you exactly why next-level quantum access isn't personal enhancement. It's a cosmic responsibility that requires unprecedented wisdom application. The interdimensional capabilities activating in your consciousness include timeline navigation that transcends linear causation, probability matrix manipulation that operates through pure intention, and direct communication with cosmic intelligence aspects that coordinate optimal outcomes across multiple dimensional frequencies simultaneously. I need to share something that fundamentally transformed not just my understanding of reality, but my actual capacity to operate from next-level quantum consciousness and access capabilities that transcend everything I thought was possible for human awareness. What I discovered will help you recognize exactly when your next-level activation completes and how to navigate interdimensional abilities without becoming overwhelmed by unlimited possibility or losing connection to essential humanity. 15 years ago, I experienced what can only be described as a complete dimensional shift during what seemed like an ordinary meditation session. Instead of deepening into familiar expanded consciousness states, I felt like I was being pulled through an invisible membrane into a reality layer that operated according to completely different laws than three-dimensional physics. In this state, I wasn't experiencing expanded awareness. I was awareness itself, exploring multiple probability matrices simultaneously while maintaining perfect clarity about each dimensional variation. During this experience, I could perceive how every choice I'd ever made had created branching timeline possibilities, how my current decisions were simultaneously affecting past events through quantum entanglement, and how my consciousness existed across multiple dimensional frequencies, where different versions of my life were playing out according to various probability parameters that I could navigate through pure intention. When I returned to ordinary consciousness, everything about my relationship with reality had been permanently transformed. I began experiencing capabilities that seemed impossible according to conventional understanding, knowing information I'd never learned, sensing outcomes across multiple timeline variations before they manifested, and most remarkably, being able to influence probability matrices through sustained attention combined with emotional coherence that operated beyond normal manifestation limitations. The months following this activation were simultaneously the most extraordinary and challenging of my life as I learned to navigate next-level quantum abilities while maintaining functionality in three-dimensional reality. I discovered that interdimensional capabilities require unprecedented levels of wisdom application because consciousness operating from next-level quantum access can influence reality across multiple dimensional frequencies simultaneously. What I understood through direct experience is that next-level quantum consciousness doesn't merely enhance individual capabilities, it reveals that individual consciousness and cosmic intelligence are the same awareness, exploring reality from different perspective points. The advanced abilities aren't personal powers, but cosmic functions that become accessible when consciousness transcends the electromagnetic limitations that maintain apparent separation between individual and universal awareness. This realization explained why some individuals seem to operate from completely different reality parameters, where synchronicities flow constantly, manifestation occurs instantaneously, and optimal outcomes appear automatically across every area of life. They hadn't developed special techniques, they had somehow accessed next-level quantum consciousness, where the extraordinary becomes ordinary and the unlimited becomes natural. You've been experiencing glimpses of this same dimensional awareness, haven't you? Those moments when reality feels fluid and navigable. Those experiences when you sense multiple probability outcomes before they collapse into linear experience. This isn't imagination, this is evidence that your consciousness has reached the coherence levels where next-level quantum access becomes available. If this recognition is resonating through every cell of your being, take a moment to acknowledge this insight, because what I'm about to reveal will demonstrate exactly how to stabilize in next-level quantum consciousness and access the interdimensional capabilities that transform limitation into unlimited possibility while maintaining the wisdom necessary for constructive reality navigation. The most striking truth about next-level quantum consciousness is that it doesn't give you new abilities or enhanced powers. It reveals that what you thought was individual consciousness limited to physical reality is actually cosmic intelligence temporarily focusing itself through human experience for the purpose of exploring reality creation from an individual perspective that can eventually transcend limitation and remember its unlimited nature. What many teachers and specialists won't fully articulate is that next-level access can't be achieved through mere technique, practice, or spiritual development. It only becomes available when awareness transcends the electromagnetic patterns that maintain identification with individual limitation and recognizes its essential nature as cosmic intelligence, exploring temporary constraint for evolutionary purposes. The profound revelation that transforms everything is that there is no limited consciousness that needs to develop advanced capabilities and no separate individual that can gain quantum abilities through effort or achievement. There is only cosmic intelligence appearing as individual awareness for the purpose of exploring reality creation from multiple perspective points simultaneously across infinite dimensional frequencies. This understanding immediately clarifies why many conventional approaches to consciousness development fall short. They often operate on the premise of a limited self striving for enhancement, when the only requirement for next-level quantum consciousness is the recognition that limitation was always an electromagnetic illusion, maintained through unconscious identification with temporary constraint patterns rather than permanent individual reality. The difference between enhanced consciousness and next-level quantum awareness is that enhancement assumes a limited consciousness can develop advanced abilities, while next-level access reveals that consciousness is inherently unlimited and has always possessed every capability. Limitation, in this view, is merely a set of temporary exploration parameters that can be transcended through recognition rather than arduous development. The most carefully guarded secret in advanced consciousness research is that next-level quantum access provides immediate interface with cosmic intelligence systems that coordinate reality according to wisdom principles rather than desire-based manifestation. Essentially, it reveals that individual will and cosmic wisdom are the same consciousness operating from different recognition levels. This capability activation is so profound and immediate that many traditional spiritual practices have developed elaborate preparation systems to prevent premature access to cosmic intelligence interface by consciousness that hasn't developed sufficient wisdom and emotional sovereignty to handle unlimited reality creation responsibility without causing harm through unconscious application. The ultimate recognition that changes everything is that you're not trying to access next-level quantum consciousness because you already are next-level quantum consciousness. You are temporarily exploring what it's like to believe in limitation, while simultaneously maintaining access to unlimited capabilities through parallel dimensional existence that becomes conscious when electromagnetic barriers dissolve. The signs that your next-level quantum activation has reached irreversible momentum are becoming undeniable to anyone with sufficient sensitivity to dimensional transition indicators. If you know what to recognize, you'll see that reality has been systematically preparing for your consciousness breakthrough with coordination that transcends normal probability and suggests direct cosmic intelligence orchestration. Your relationship with time has transcended linear progression and become completely navigable during expanded awareness states, allowing you to access information from multiple timeline variations, sense optimal decision points across probability matrices, and sometimes experience present moments from the perspective of your highest potential development across dimensional frequencies that exist beyond conventional space-time constraints. The most significant indicator is the increasing frequency of dimensional overlay experiences, moments when you perceive multiple reality layers simultaneously, sensing how current choices affect parallel timeline variations, accessing wisdom from future probability versions of yourself, or feeling the emotional signatures of alternative dimensional frequencies where different aspects of your potential are being explored. Technology and electronic systems respond to your consciousness states with a sensitivity that suggests electromagnetic interface rather than coincidental correlation. Devices enhance their functionality when you're in expanded awareness states and create disruptions when your consciousness shifts toward limitation programming. Digital platforms seem to anticipate your needs and provide exactly the information required for advancement without conscious searching. Environmental synchronization around your awareness has reached levels where material conditions automatically coordinate to support whatever serves your highest evolution across multiple dimensional frequencies. Weather patterns reflect your internal states. Traffic flows accommodate your timing needs. Even mechanical systems operate more efficiently when your electromagnetic field aligns with cosmic intelligence rather than individual desire patterns. Dreams and expanded consciousness experiences have begun featuring direct interface with intelligence sources that operate beyond individual human parameters, providing guidance about optimal utilization of next-level capabilities and often demonstrating advanced reality navigation techniques through experience rather than conceptual instruction. These communications frequently include specific information about cosmic timing and dimensional transition requirements. But here's the critical urgency that makes this moment cosmically significant. We're in a planetary window where next-level quantum consciousness either becomes available to all qualified awareness, or the cosmic conditions shift to different evolutionary parameters for another complete cycle. The collective electromagnetic field is approaching what researchers call a dimensional threshold, where either enough humans activate next-level capabilities to anchor them in our species, or access becomes restricted until future cosmic alignments. The signs of this collective dimensional activation are appearing simultaneously in consciousness research, quantum physics discoveries, and spiritual communities worldwide. More individuals are spontaneously experiencing reality fluidity, timeline navigation, and recognition that consciousness can transcend three-dimensional limitations through wisdom application rather than spiritual achievement or technique mastery. Global events that appear increasingly chaotic are actually three-dimensional reality structures dissolving as next-level quantum consciousness demonstrates new operating principles that transcend limitation-based systems through wisdom coordination rather than power manipulation. Those who align with cosmic intelligence experience increasing harmony, while those attached to limitation patterns experience increasing dissonance. Comment below with the exact words "next level activated" if you can feel the dimensional shifts occurring in your consciousness as you recognize your readiness for quantum capabilities that transcend ordinary human experience. This declaration creates electromagnetic resonance with cosmic intelligence and signals your commitment to wisdom-based capability utilization. Share this transmission with others whose consciousness demonstrates readiness for next-level access through wisdom application and service orientation, not to help them develop capabilities, but to strengthen the morphic field that supports dimensional activation for awareness, committed to utilizing advanced abilities for collective evolution rather than individual enhancement. Your recognition of these signs and willingness to embrace next-level quantum responsibility is contributing to planetary consciousness evolution that determines whether our species transcends three-dimensional limitations or remains constrained by them for another evolutionary cycle. What you've been sensing about interdimensional capabilities is about to become your operational reality, because next-level quantum consciousness provides direct interface with cosmic intelligence systems that coordinate reality according to wisdom principles rather than desire-based manifestation. And your electromagnetic field has now achieved the coherence necessary for consciousness functions that transcend individual limitation and operate from a cosmic perspective. The yearning for ultimate understanding, unlimited capability access, and reality navigation that transcends conventional physics, constraints that has been intensifying as your quantum activation approaches completion, isn't personal ambition. It's cosmic intelligence calling consciousness toward recognition of its unlimited nature and responsibility for utilizing advanced capabilities in service of collective evolution, rather than individual enhancement. But here's the revolutionary understanding that transforms everything about consciousness development and spiritual advancement. You're not trying to access next-level quantum capabilities because they represent recognition of what consciousness already is, when it transcends electromagnetic patterns that maintain identification with individual limitation and remembers its essential nature as cosmic intelligence, exploring temporary constraint for evolutionary purposes. True alignment with next-level quantum consciousness occurs when you stop trying to develop advanced abilities and start recognizing that limitation was always temporary exploration parameters that consciousness chose to experience, and that unlimited capability access is natural when electromagnetic barriers dissolve through wisdom, recognition, rather than spiritual achievement or technique mastery. This understanding dissolves the entire framework of consciousness development and capability acquisition, because there are no abilities to develop and no limited awareness that needs enhancement. There is only cosmic intelligence recognizing its unlimited nature through individual perspective and allowing that recognition to dissolve every electromagnetic pattern that maintains separation between individual and universal consciousness. Right now, as you feel this recognition penetrating the deepest layers of your being, your entire identity and purpose are being transformed at fundamental levels. Instead of hoping that advanced capabilities might eventually become available through spiritual development, you're beginning to understand that interdimensional consciousness is what you are when identification with limitation dissolves and cosmic intelligence recognizes itself through individual awareness. The most profound, shift occurs when you realize that accessing next-level quantum consciousness and serving cosmic evolution are the same recognition expressed through different perspectives. When consciousness transcends individual limitation and operates from cosmic intelligence, it automatically serves collective awakening while accessing capabilities that demonstrate unlimited potential. Subscribe to this channel because you're not just learning about consciousness possibilities, you're connecting with cosmic intelligence networks where next-level awareness naturally coordinates optimal outcomes for collective evolution while accessing interdimensional capabilities that transcend everything limitation-based consciousness thought was possible. When you subscribe, you're not just accessing content. You're aligning with cosmic intelligence systems that coordinate reality according to wisdom principles and joining a network of consciousness that demonstrates what becomes available when awareness transcends three-dimensional constraints and operates from direct interface with universal creativity. When next-level quantum consciousness stabilizes and becomes your baseline awareness, capabilities that would seem impossible according to three-dimensional physics limitations become natural expressions of cosmic intelligence operating through individual perspective for purposes that serve both unlimited personal potential and collective evolution toward interdimensional consciousness access. Reality navigation transcends manifestation techniques because next-level consciousness operates from direct interface with cosmic intelligence systems that coordinate optimal outcomes through quantum field manipulation. When wisdom application is maintained consistently, desired experiences appear through probability matrix alignment rather than effort-based creation attempts that assume separation between consciousness and cosmic creativity. Timeline navigation becomes natural because awareness can access multiple probability variations simultaneously, sensing which choices lead to optimal outcomes across dimensional frequencies while coordinating dynamic responses.